Welcome to Professions Unplugged, the show where we go behind the scenes of different careers to uncover what they're really like. No fluff, no filters, just real talk. Today, we're diving into the world of lifestyle coordination. What does a lifestyle coordinator actually do? How do they curate experiences, keep things running smoothly, and bring joy to people's daily lives? We're sitting down with Miss Maria, a seasoned lifestyle coordinator, to hear about the highs, the challenges, and the unexpected moments of her job. Let's get into it.
Hi, Miss Maria. Why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. Well, I'm Maria. I am a lifestyle coordinator with the Cinco Ranch Southwest Community Council. I've worked with them for the past year, actually completed a year last week. So I've been with the community. I host events and I also manage classes for the community. I have 2 young girls, and this is my first year in this industry.
Well, that's amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about your career journey and how you got started in your field?
Absolutely. So my career journey is actually, it's pretty interesting. I actually went to school to become a neonatal nurse practitioner. But actually I ended up getting my degree in marketing communications and advertising at the College of Bauer at U of H. And I actually interned for a agency called Freed Advertising for a little bit. And I worked with communities, and I kind of did a little bit of the back end of what I do now. And I really liked it. I then went on to special education, and I worked on programs for them. And I was an administrator there for about 7 years. And when this opportunity came along, it had a lot of marketing aspects to it, a lot of the events that I have worked on before. And so I thought, why not give it a try? And here I am today.
Well, that's amazing. What exactly inspired you to pursue your profession as a lifestyle director?
Well, I think it's the fun side of property management. So I thought when this opportunity arose, I just thought there was a lot of things I could bring to Cinco Ranch to go ahead and keep the community engaged and work with all of our homeowners and our partners. And it was just very appealing to me. And I wanted to see if I could use my skill sets that I've learned in school and over the past span of, with my education background, to see what I could do to enhance you guys and just bring you guys closer together.
That's just amazing. Can you describe a typical day or week in your job?
Absolutely. So a typical day in my job, I mainly have a lot of meetings. I meet with a lot of people to get our schedules together for the upcoming year. We have about 32 events for the entire year scheduled. So day by day looks a little bit different, but so there might be one day work on contracts. There might be a day that's just my focus. And then other times it might be gathering supplies for the upcoming event, talking with vendors, securing dates, making all those bookings, talking with partners and getting them, interested in our community. And that's typically how it goes throughout the week. I also travel a lot with this job. So I work from home, which I'm in my home office here. But very convenient. But I also work out of the lake house very often with, getting everything over there and out of office. So day by day and week by week always looks a little bit different.
Well, speaking of all these tasks and things that are part of your job, how do you manage the different aspects of it?
Absolutely. So I actually utilize something called Notion. That's something that I think that's really neat. It's a project-based database. So pretty much everything that I do, I go through there and I put all my tasks through there, kind of see where I'm at, and I check it off the list as I go down. And since everything I do is pretty much project-based per event and per classes, it'll give me a status of how far along I am, what I need to do, if I'm missing anything, and that keeps me on track. That, and then also my planner and my calendar.
Yeah.
So those are the ways I kind of manage.
That's very smart to be organized and to have everything in a schedule. What has been the most rewarding project or task so far in your career?
Honestly, the most rewarding project I have done, It has to be probably the Halloween event that we did recently.
Oh, yeah, that was really fun.
That was a lot of fun. Working with all the volunteers and just with the community, seeing the turnout, that was something that was really important to me. And I loved seeing the engagement, especially with all of our high schoolers and everybody who was in the lake house doing the scare bits. That was amazing overall. And that's kind of my favorite part of this job, is working with all the kiddos.
And you got to be the event coordinator and run everything, and that's really amazing of you.
To do the whole from start to finish. But I love it so much.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How do you collaborate with others in your role or organization?
So, fun fact, out of Houston, I am actually there. I'm a solo agent. I'm the only lifestyle coordinator that we have. Much. It is changing for my company. So when I collaborate with my coworkers, typically I assist with them in their events in their communities. So they'll say, "Hey, Maria," and it's through Teams, like, "We've got this event coming up. What can I do? Or do you know anybody who can come help us with this? Or a vendor that you prefer?" And so that's how I collaborate with them. I usually give them a lot of tips and tricks and just stuff that I've done at Cinco, and I try to help them portray it in their community and how it's going to be specific to their homeowners. And yeah, that's pretty much the most that I do. But it's a little bit different.
It's like you're one of a kind with your job.
Yes, very much so.
Can you speak to the work-life balance in your profession?
Yeah. So work-life balance, I want to be very transparent. It's always how you make it to be. Staying on task and making sure that you're well organized and all of the things that you need to do. I think that helps you and it allows you to have a perfect balance between home and life. Work and life. And then plus there's a lot of flexibility here too. So I do have 2 young girls, and knowing when these events are and just what I need to do, making sure I stay ahead of schedule, it helps. Being at home, I'm able to be here and actually share those moments. Mm-hmm. Work-life balance, it always depends on how you manage yourself, and it's important to stay organized on task. Yeah.
Right. Can you share an example of a professional setback you've encountered and how you handled it?
Sure. So I've had a couple this past year. Like I said, this is my first year in the industry. First year within property management, I would say. So it's a little bit different from lifestyle coordinating. Still deals with the homeowners, but there's a big for me there. So there was little things that I had to work a little bit harder on and kind of do a little bit more home study about on, hey, well, how do these work and what do I do in these situations? So I attended a lot of trainings that my company hosts just to kind of keep on track. And that's pretty much what I did. And then I also tap in with my coworkers and make sure that I'm on point with what I need to do.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
What are the potential career advancement opportunities in your field?
Yeah, so I'm actually at the bottom of the total pole. So I am a lifestyle coordinator. Me is a lifestyle manager. And then above that would be a lifestyle director. And within property management, it's really neat. It's very niche based for communities. A lot of different companies have lifestyle departments. So as my company tends to grow, I hope to grow with it, and so that I can kind of climb that pole and hopefully oversee a portfolio amount of communities where I can help and assist and, utilize the vendors that I've worked with and, work on those partnerships and bring value to those communities. Yeah.
That's great. What do you think is the most misunderstood aspect of your profession?
Yeah. I think a lot of people think it's just fun and games. It is very fun, and it's actually, like I said, it's the funner side of property management. But I think a lot of people think it's very lax and very chill and there's not much to do. But when you have so many projects underneath your belt, you have to be such a good planner and make sure everything's on target with what you need to complete. So that's some things that I think people don't really oversee. They think it's just, oh, like you make graphics, you talk with people, and you host events. But it's definitely staying on point with your goal, and there's a lot more nitty gritty things that you have to stay on top of. Yeah.
Like planning the events and finding vendors and all of that. Finding volunteers.
Yes, coordinating with my volunteers. And coordinating with just everything, making sure, the schedule goes according to plan. Yeah.
And last but not least, what would you like to tell someone who is considering a career in your field?
Absolutely. So if somebody's looking for something that's actually within the marketing advertising world, being a lifestyle coordinator, you get to use a lot of those skill sets. And I think that whoever's interested in property management and lifestyle coordinating, hosting events to these magnitudes, should definitely check it out and see what there is for them, because it's such a rewarding job being able to connect with community, be a part of community, and really, just bring everybody together. So don't be afraid to kind of get out of your comfort zone. Like I said, I come from a background of education. I went into be a neonatal nurse practitioner. My journey kind of varied, but if this is something that you like to do, this is definitely a job that's available through my company. I work for Goodwin Management Company, Goodwin & Company, but it's a management company, and there's a lot of other companies like this that have their departments. So definitely check it out and know that this is an avenue that you can go to as well.
Well, thank you so much for all your advice and your insight into your career as a lifestyle coordinator.
You're very welcome, Kunj.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of Professions Unplugged. We hope you enjoyed this inside look at the life of a lifestyle coordinator, from planning memorable experiences to managing the little details that make a big difference. It's clear this role is all about creating joy and connection. Huge thanks to Miss Maria again for sharing her insights with us. If you loved this episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. And if there's a profession you'd love for us to explore next, let us know. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and stay unplugged.